Hi folks, once again this is Ignite the Spark with Farid Premani, and today we're going to discuss about a very important topic, which is how to escape 9 to 5. It's been a very well asked question, and not only in US, Canada, developed countries, but all the developing countries, everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. And obviously it's not easy, because wherever you're working 9 to 5, by the time you reach your home you're dead. So it's not a bed of roses, but the good news and the bad news is you can do something just sitting at your laptop, right? So you don't need to go anywhere. You can just dedicate your time lying on your couch, giving 2-3 hours a day. But the bad news is it's not that easy, because it's 2018. So everything that you want to do digitally takes a lot of research and development. But I'll discuss today 3 channels of how people are really making money, because I usually do a lot of startups consulting and help businesses launching their digital marketing footprint. So I've seen myself working for last 14 years, serving 100 plus businesses in education, luxury car dealerships, hotels, motels, appliances, food chains, startups. Really, people have gone from garages to multi-million businesses in 3 to 5 years. But you have to develop your sweet strategy for every business. First of all is you have to develop a product. Now, product, as we usually discuss in career coaching videos, could either be something that you love. If yes, nothing better than that. If not, try to see where people are. So do the reverse engineering. Rather than finding what you want to do, see what customers want, see the competition present, and then try to maneuver the gap. See if you can make a niche out of it. So let's say I'll give you an example. One of the startups that we launched pretty much like an year back, because I'm also into different e-commerce businesses, and sometimes we really have good partnership with very smart people who bring in ideas, and then we try to grow them digitally and do the partnership alliance. So it's a win-win. But this started with a journey that, pets industry is a very booming industry, right? So I'm just walking you through how the idea is developed, giving you a life example, because I own this business and I sold this back. So we started developing, like, pet is something. We got into the numbers that in US there are 163 million pets, and 67% people in the United States owns a pet, and by 2020 this number from 67 will increase to 117. This means everyone will have one pet, and most of them will have multiple pets. So if the pet demand is increasing, then obviously there is a need for pet product supplies, pet groomers, pet education. And if you take some more research into it, just go to Wikipedia or just go to any Stats Live website, you can figure out the share of wallet. So the share of wallet is where and when the pet money is being invested by a pet owner. So if you see the 100% chunk, so now we have determined we're going to do something in pet. Okay, now let's granularize the pet. So you see that 35% of the pet products, pet supplies takes the maximum chunk. Then it's the 38-40% is goes on the pet injections, veterinary cares, doctors, and pet hospices, animal veterinary clinics, and then 20% gets to the grooming. So this 100% have 3 buckets. One is pet product supplies, 2 is pet veterinaries and pet hospitals and hospices, and the third one is pet grooming. Now, taking all 3 buckets, we just typed on Google, let's say, pet product supplies, and we check that, okay, there are 1.3 million websites coming. When you type on Google for a certain keyword, you can try different combinations, like pet product supplies in US, Canada, Texas, Houston, and it would take your IP address for wherever you log in. So let's say you see, okay, 1.3 million providers are present across whole Texas, and then not every search result is a result. So you can keep on going one by one across the page, and after pretty much 7-8 pages, you won't even find pet product providers. There would be something else, maybe pet magazine or something. So you can count each page has 10 results, and 8 pages would have 80. So there are like about 80 pet providers. Okay, 35% has been shared by 8 providers, so each supplier gets a 3% share, which is big, of 163 million, obviously, right? Now the second bucket goes as pet hospices and veterinaries and animal care. So when you search by animal doctor or veterinary or something, you figure out there are 113 results. So out of that same 35 niche, there are 113 providers. So the competition is slightly high. Now if you get to groomers, which is 18%, there are only 26 providers. So share per groomer is like 5%. So now you figured out, hey, I can do something in pet, and now it's granularized to pet grooming. Now inside pets, you can further categorize that cat, dogs, and birds are the top 3 pets, and then out of 80%, then 20% are reptiles, animals, insects. I know this a lot because I don't have a pet, but whenever you work in any niche, you learn about it. You do R&D, right? That's why we get to know about diverse businesses, because we do consulting. So you have to know the ins and outs, and you have to justify yourself by the numbers. And then try to use a free tool. It's called Google Keyword Planner. Go there and try to type what comes to your mind. There is a free keyword tool. It's called Google Trends. It shows you really, let's say I want to see how many people are buying BMW these days versus Tesla. So I can write BMW dealerships or latest BMWs in Google, and it can show me the trend for last 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year versus Tesla. And I can see actually the sales number versus the keyword searches. So both the thing gives me different information, the demand versus supply. If supply is more than demand, the product gets low priced. But if the supply is less, the demand is more, then you can obviously charge your own cash value. So this is how you make product decisions. I hope I'm trying to give different angles to entrepreneurship, but I'm trying to more push on the digital side because I've really seen people making good money. So this episode was more towards how to develop a product niche into digital marketing. If you really want to get into, it's not a bed of roses, so be prepared to work hard, but I will keep on walking you through. And if you already have a brick and mortar business, try to open the digital marketing wing. It's very important. The good thing is there is there is no programming language required, but you can gradually learn some. So you have to think like a customer and be more creative if you really want to do digital marketing. Once again, this is Farid Premani from TEDx Digital and Ignite the Spark. And in the next slide, we'll talk more about, because I got questions regarding how to develop your online Amazon or ETSY store. And that's an easy money. So if you have developed your product idea, feel free to message me, inbox me, and I can bring 3 product ideas that I get in the next videos, and we can try to develop the framework. Thank you.